Grand risings, dear family. Wagwan, Ola, Konnichiwa, and Shalom to every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet, aka all things which harbor the power of the melanated soul spirit of life, and to those in particular and primarily which harbor the mark and the visible soul skin of the melanated soul spirit of life. I am just a man with a conviction, treading wisely. What is my conviction? Why do I tread wisely? My firmly held belief and or firmly held opinion is that God will have his world, God will have his people moving God's speed forever, soul speed. And wisely, because I have the knowledge, experience, and good judgment in order to deliver this message unto you for its proper manifestation by any moral means necessary. Using what can be known as Christ logic, or hyper logic, or balance logic. Done. It took a whole minute for my introduction. I'm trying to make it shorter. I'm tired of saying trying because it's like trying and doing are two separate things. But at any rate, today's video, why I want to make today's video. I am going to call this video CAT. C.A.T. CAT. Translation or acronym breakdown. Chain Anchor Thoughts. Plural. This one is going to be a little fun for me because it's going to be full of parables and awareness of enemy tactics and awareness of a few things that's going on and or how the so-called chain anchor thoughts manifest into our reality and how things externally are what cause the chain anchor thoughts or the cats to elicit of us something evil, good, or balanced. It's going to make sense to you in a moment. But real quick, here's a bunch of parables, or one of them, or a few of them, or probably like a handful, should I say. Here's one. Only dogs can breed dogs, only cats can breed cats. That's an African proverb I learned from my sister. Not my actual sister, but I need to know her name. I wish I could remember her name so I can tell you the channel I saw her from, but it was like 4 or 5 years ago I saw this. But she had a proverb. She said, only dogs can breed dogs, only cats can breed cats. What does that mean? Only good things can create good things, and only evil things can influence evil things. Because evil doesn't create jack squat. It just tells you what to do depending on how stupid you are and or how much you have been beaten half to death in order to listen to it tell you what to do. And then the evil puts all the thoughts into your head, puts those thoughts into your head, and those thoughts become anchor chains, tying you down emotionally in order to perform the task that evil is telling you to perform. This is how we are in the position of life that we are in right now. Remember, the recessives have been attacking us for 6,000 years straight, yet the entity before them was attacking us for 6 million years straight. It was not 400 or 500 years that we have been enslaved, so to speak. Slavery never ended. The war never ended. We're just getting attacked in ways that make it seem more fancy. Remember, the enemy is a problem and a solution simultaneously. The enemy is a problem and a solution simultaneously. I'm just going to say some stuff. Pretty much. Because everything I'm saying is going to be in some kind of way a chain anchor thought for a good reasoning. Because my whole biggest thing is about taking everything the enemy meant for evil and turning it for good. Everything. Whatever the enemy meant for evil. You want to know some things that the enemy meant for evil? Here's one of his tactics. Like I said, it's going to be a whole bunch of parables and tactics I'm going to just throw out in this video to give some awareness. The enemy would just approach you and just say something to you. Has no reasoning. No value as to what you're talking about. They'll just approach you and just say something. What are they going to say? Something that they want you to do that is their way, which is evil. Remember, at any moment of time that the enemy talks to you for any reason, it is for an evil purpose. No matter what they say, no matter when they approach you, no matter what kind of offers that they have. Here, let's tie something into reality right quick. Over in Burkina Faso, Brother Ibrahim Traore, once again. And big ups to Brother Julius Malema as well. Big ups to Julius Malema as well. I just want to meet all of you. I just want to be at your side in alliance with what I have planned and what I have coming. I just want to do it. I just want to get there with you and just be with you. Just win. Just win. Plain and simple, just win. It gets hard to say certain things because of how long we have been stuck in this crap of this country here called America. And it's not just America that I want to get out of, because here's the ultimate reality too. The way I see this planet, the way I see this entire world, it's like a big old living room. Big old giant living room. But at any rate, I wanted to tie in what I was just saying to reality for a second. Resources. Remember, the enemy approaches for nothing but evil and evil intentions only. Resources like diamonds, cobalt, nickel, and gold, like over in Burkina Faso, and platinum, uranium, etc., etc. Let's get one thing perfectly clear. Our Father, which art in heaven, made this planet, Ashe, and our Father, which art in heaven, can do anything, Ashe. And so, logically speaking, also too, because only dogs can breed dogs and only cats can breed cats, whatever you make or whatever you are is going to be what you manifest into your reality, whether you are good, evil, or balanced. You're going to create that. You're going to manifest that. When the enemy approaches you, it is for evil and evil only. And it's all for a nonsensical, evil agenda. All of it is. Your resources need to be protected by these demons, from these demons. Not by, from, not by at all, not by at all, not by at all. From these demons. Protect your resources from these demons. Don't allow them to get an inch. Don't allow them to gain an inch. Stop them from invading. Just stop them. Stop them from destroying our lives. Only dogs can breed dogs. Only cats can breed cats. Everything that they approach you for in order to manipulate you and put thoughts in your head in order to drive you into doing something for them that involves you giving up what you have to them in order for them to enslave you and enslave you only, to build stuff that they need to enslave you and enslave you only. You know, I have knowledge of all 4,000 religions on this planet in my head right now. You want to know some stuff I learned about this whole AI thing that's coming out right now? If we do not get out of this pit, this bottomless pit, we will be pointlessly enslaved by the artificial intelligence technology approaching for the next 432,000 years. Which religion have I found that out from? Confucianism. Confucius. At this, you know what, from what I'm noticing as well, virtually every religion is just a person's name. Judaism, Confucianism, Hinduism. Just a person's name with an ism or an ist tied to the end. Christian. Christianity. Who's Christian? Oh wait, Christ, right? Christ, and then in Christian. All of your religions are just, what word can I use other than profanity or any kind of profound language to describe how pointlessly stupid and how much divisive order your religions give you? Asinine. Sure, that word will be used for it. Your religions are asinine, trifling. Your religious beliefs are blasphemy. All of your religious beliefs are blasphemy. They all are. You want to know why? Because they stand against all the original standards of the original creator of the universe and the people and the life and everyone. All your religious beliefs are blasphemy. They all are. You want to know what else your religious beliefs are doing? Stopping you from stopping the evil from taking over your lives. Always remember, never forget. They put thoughts in your head because all they can do is influence. All they can do is tell you what to do. All they can do is make you do something. All they can do is tell you. There has been many eons of years of them enslaving our children, tying them to stakes, setting them on fire, inviting neighboring recessive towns over and recessive people over and recessive genetically modified people over to sit and watch our children be set ablaze. You know some things they used to say? They enjoy how they scream. Yeah. Here's the funniest part too. Not the funniest part at all. Nothing's funny. But it's just a game to me. At the same time, all of this is just a game, just an act. Just play. Here's the reality too. That same evil is in charge of our world. World, meaning the planet, all the people and all the countries. That evil that used to set our children on fire, invite the neighboring recessive people over to watch them. The research I dug into to figure out what I need to say to my people to fire them up to stop the evil, it can give someone of a regular mentality a heart attack just by reading a couple of sentences. But then being somebody like me, who went through what I went through, just to figure out a way to get out of this evil that they all have us trapped in and will not let us out because they won't give us an inch, I guess I was able to take it. But yeah, they used to invite the recessive people over to watch them set our children on fire in black slavery. Used to laugh and enjoy and giggle, kiki, caw. You know? And that's what's in charge of our world. That's our government, or at least not the actual government, because in reality, there's no such thing as what y'all would call white supremacy. Because look at the logic behind it. White people don't really own anything. White people are just as enslaved as we are. I mean, dang. And influence is what's driving everything to be what it is. And influence. Everybody's the same person, technically. Everybody's a different multiverse. Everybody's a multiverse right now when you think about it logically. Everybody is a multiverse who got a different upbringing, different background, a different story, a different indoctrination, a different history of being brutalized, a different... The thing is, this government, the leader of everything, has attacked each and every last one of us individually. You know, because the idea is hyper separation, is hyper individualism, is hyper dividing, is hyper screw your life up, period. Keep you deprived, keep you depressed, keep you away from any type of soul tranquility or soulful balance. Keep you away from any kind of idea like that. Keep you in consistent spiritual vexation. Keep you in consistent spiritual avoidance. Keep you in consistent soul deprivation, and keep you in consistent soulful vexation. Keep you in that. Keep you in it. Do not give you a single moment or breath or light a day out of it. Not a single piece or an inch or a speck of daylight out of that. That's what the enemy wants overall. The enemy, the only thing that they truly wish to do is ensure that we do not live a good life. Period. No reason. You got to get it. Like, the way evil works, evil is just in existence to be a detriment to what is good. Evil only exists to be detrimental to what is good. Evil only exists to be detrimental to what is good. The enemy is evil. We know what makes up the enemy and the enemy's body and the source. We know, but we don't know at the same time, which is why I'm talking. Because I may help. I may be able to bring some awareness to stop our children from getting set on fire again, so that recessive people can come from neighboring towns to sit down and watch it with a picnic and some barbecue, some potato chips, you know. I may be able to say some stuff that can help. I may be able to say some stuff out loud that can get some defenses over to Captain Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. I may be able to say some stuff out loud that can get every religion on the planet to drop their beliefs, connect and form an army so massive that it gives Julius Malema and his team defense tactics to ensure the world's peace permanently, forever. I may be able to say some stuff out loud like that may see that manifest someday. I may say some things like, oh man, Farrakhan and Dr. Umar maybe probably team up, build that school of his, where we actually have, I just say random stuff. I just say whatever, dude. You my family, I say whatever I want to you. Farrakhan and Dr. Umar Johnson may one day get together and build the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, or maybe some kind of school that's going to benefit us and us only, since the world wants to be against us and against us and us only. The world wants to be against us and against us only. So what if we just started being for each other and for each other only? What if some stuff like that just gets said out loud more? I'm not going to never have like any sequence or anything or any kind of like order, so to speak, that I'm going to push this information out. But here's the reality. It's all for an agenda. I'm just going to say it out loud. Want to know why? Because I'm doing the same thing the enemy does. Take what the enemy meant for evil and turn it for good, right? You want to know what the enemy just does? The enemy just comes out of nowhere and just says her agenda to us, or says their agenda to us. No warning, no kind of scheduling, no kind of anything. You know, just pops up out of nowhere and bow, tells you this. Bow, just tells you out of nowhere. But then over time, the joking becomes, do this. You should, you need to. You should do this and you should do that. You need to do this and you need to do that. I'm just going to say it out loud. This is how the enemy tactics work. Enemy tactics work like this. Consistently telling you what you need to do. You need to do. You need to do this. You need to do that. Keep consistent certain images in your face, like being poverty-stricken when nobody on the planet should be poverty-stricken at all. I'm just going to say it out loud. Just going to say it out loud. Nobody on the planet should be poverty-stricken at all. Nobody on the planet should be living in poverty at all. No one. Just going to say it out loud. That's it. Don't care who takes what I say at all, any kind of offense, or if they do take anything I say in any kind of offense. Julius Malema needs defenses. Captain Ibrahim Traore needs defenses. Burkina Faso needs defenses. Nigeria needs defenses. South Africa needs to liberate Congo, like they're saying. No, my eyes aren't just on one continent. I have my eyes on every continent, everywhere. Let me just say this out loud, too. We need to invent something to clean out the oceans. I'm just going to say random stuff out loud. We need to invent some things that'll clean out the oceans, clean out the lands, and clean out the atmosphere as well. We need a planet with clean oceans, clean lands, and clean air everywhere. We live on a giant living room. Our planet is a giant round living room. Our planet is a giant round living room that's been torn apart in order for our separation. And now we got a bunch of landmass titles and country names and a whole lot of make-believe stuff in order to ensure that our division remains the way it is. What happens if we shatter the borderlines in order to clean the planet? Imagine if this planet was made or brought back to a setting or a standard for immortal people to reside on it. What if you all dropped all your mortal imagery and focused on being immortal? Here's the reality. You want to know how you can be immortal? Turn the planet back to normal. I'm just going to say it out loud, dog. If you watch, that's dope. Bam. pow, right in the kisser. You know, you got some awareness, man. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. You know, I'm just going to say it out loud. We need to clean the planet. Why do we not have the ability to do such good stuff, man? Why don't we have the ability to do such good stuff? Why don't we know why we do not have the ability to do good stuff, man? Why do we not know? Why are we not aware of certain things? I'm just going to say random stuff for the rest of this video like I have been doing so far. If you're still with me, great. I'm hoping you're getting something. I'm looking at the changes of the world as I'm saying random stuff out loud, as I've been saying random stuff out loud for the past, since 2023 now, the beginning of 23. I've been noticing it. I just don't care. I'm going to just keep saying random stuff out loud. We need to stop evil. We need to stop all things evil to ensure that we do not go through any kind of slavery again, where our children are being taken from us and set on fire for other people's entertainment. Do your research. Oh, do your research on Iron Mask too. Yeah. You want to know how we forgot our heritages and forgot how we learned some things and forgot who we were and got disconnected from the standards we started with? You want to know how? Iron Mask. Do your research. The enemy. Yeah, let's just keep saying the enemy. We know who we all talking about, though. Well, I know, we know, right? We know who we mean when we say the enemy in reality, because I'm speaking in every field of everywhere right now. Don't let them ever put us through this again. Just don't let them put us through this again, ever. If these are my dying words, I don't even care. Because, hey, y'all only care for somebody when they die anyway. So, but at any rate, yeah, don't let them put us through slavery again. Ever again. I don't need to finish what I was getting ready to say. I'm just going to say these things now. More random stuff. We need to come together, shatter all the country borderlines and imaginary borderlines. Let's look at it this way. If we clean out the oceans and have clean water everywhere, meaning all of these 7 oceans, 7 seas, 6 oceans, 6 seas, whatever you want to call it. I know there's an Atlantic Ocean, there's a Pacific Ocean, there's an Indian Ocean, there's an Arctic Ocean. I know that. This planet is a giant living room. We're all different multiverses of each other. You want to know what I am of you, whoever may be watching to this point? I am a different universe in your own universe right in front of you. No, there won't be any incursions unless we unite and just decide that this global universe that has been forced over our lives after tricking and killing our ancestors in order to teach us and lead us to this life. A part of me wishes that my chain would have just jumped in the oceans. You should have known that death would have been better than bondage. But then again, we were meant to be immortal. Everybody alive was meant to be immortal. And so, there should be no dying at all. But there's a whole lot. Why? It should be a rhetorical question now, because of who's in charge of our world. I'm going to try my best to not be so silly as I'm talking. But this is really a game to me. What kind of game is this to me? A football game, really. That's why I'm so big on defenses. This is a football game to me. It's a football game. It's a wrestling match. And it's a battle rapping competition in a sense. I'm battle rapping against y'all belief systems to get y'all to do better. Because if I battle rap against y'all belief systems, take them down, I see you all know better to do better. And see you do better now. No, I'm not really a rapper, man. I just want to say some stuff out loud, really. Global child manumission. We should never go through that again. Ever again. But then again, how did we even go through it in the first place? How are we going through what we're going through now? Why is everything so bad? Right in front of our very eyes. Our children went from getting set on fire to getting kidnapped off the streets. Or we went from, oh yeah, that's right, Iron Mask. I wanted to talk about that more before I go on. How we forgot our heritages and our traditional standards and things of that nature is because the recessives were being charged to put Iron Mask on us in order to shut us up for eons. We just forgot about it. Sound familiar, doesn't it? No wonder how we're all so forgetful of certain things. Because we don't remind each other how to remember anymore. Iron Mask. They treated us like dogs with the muzzles on their faces whenever they don't want them to bite somebody back, you know? Let me just say some more stuff out loud. I love every melanated person on this planet. I really love you. I do. Fully melanated women are really attractive to me. I'm gonna marry one, I promise you that. Just gonna say some random stuff out loud. I love our women so much. I like smooching on their foreheads. I like smooching on my woman's forehead. I do. It's so warm. It's such a warm thing to do for me. I cannot wait until I look forward to seeing every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet free. By any flipping means necessary, by any moral means necessary. We deserve it. Y'all know we do. I'm just going to say it out loud. That's how everybody else with an agenda talks to us, isn't it? Don't they just come out of nowhere and just say something to us like that? Or just say something crazy? They don't say nothing like I say in order to get awareness across that they're doing it. But at any rate, they're chain anchor thoughts. They're agenda chain anchor thoughts. They're agenda cats. They are agenda cats, the enemy is. Or at least on a non-physical sense. But on a physical sense, yeah, set children on fire during slavery and use Iron Mask to stop us from talking about it or stop us from remembering who we are, stop us from staying connected with our ancestral roots. They've been attacking us for 6,000 years now, not 400, not 500. They twisted our history up. Look up Leonardo DiCaprio and see what he was really up to. How do you think people like that actually got so smart? 6,000 years they've been attacking us and destroying our lives. This 6,000 years, 6,000 years, 6,000 years. There were a lot of smart people within the beginning days of them attacking us, but there have been no more smart people at all rising up. Wonder why that is. But at any rate, well, you know, probably because, I mean, he already had to do all of the knowledge and gathering and studying and understanding in order to see how to screw up everything that we have. Terrence Howard, thank you for doing your research, brother. I've learned a piece or two about what you studied. I have. About how they twisted up our math and twisted up our knowledge and jacked up every portion of our history in order for our grandparents and grandmammies to teach us some of the stupidest stuff ever that we'll grow up in life to adopt and accept. Now we're looking at all this chaos happen right in front of us, and we just oh, the Lord God, oh, come and save us from the chaos that is sending us. Oh, yes, she will. I'm going to ask you this one more question, and I'm going to close this video out. Who's the Father? God, right? The Creator? Yes, I agree. Absolutely. You're absolutely flipping correct. You're absolutely table flipping correct. The Father is the Creator. The Father is the creator. Yes, he is. Absolutely. Who's the Son? King Yahushai, right? Or King Yeshua. Y'all call him Jesus. Y'all were programmed to call him Jesus, or at least that's what y'all were told to do. Let me not, I guess I'll stop using program so much. How about let's just say y'all were told to call him Jesus. I mean, he does have many different names, yet one method of operation balance, but I mean, y'all were just still told to call him Jesus. Jesus is the name of a slave ship. Ain't no slave ship of my king, but at any rate, who's the Father? God. Who's the Son? Yeshua. My Yeshua. My Yahushai. My Inky. N-Key. Thank you also to Billy Carson, Terrence Howard, Billy Carson, Julius Malema, Captain Ibrahim Traore. I just want to see us all come together and unite. 19 Keys, Rizza Islam, Louis Farrakhan. Just come together and unite. We all have the exact same agenda to live in peace. You want to know what peace defines as? Freedom from disturbance. Tranquility, freedom from wars, or a state where war has ended. No more fighting, no more death, no more pointless, senseless violence, no more chain anchor thoughts. Your agendas, keep them to yourselves, you demons. We don't want to hear what you have to say, but regardless, you're going to force us to hear it anyways, because that's what you do. You're evil. You're just going to ensure that our lives are not going to be good by any flipping means necessary, because that's what you do. That's what you are. You're just evil. You're nothing good at all, ever. At any time that you're talking to me, at any time that you're saying something, you're just evil, period. There's nothing good about you at all. I get that, okay. But at any rate, 19 Keys, Rizza Islam, Captain Ibrahim Traore, Julius Malema, Dr. Umar Johnson, Terrence Howard, Billy Carson. Just unite already. Oh yeah, to Terrence real quick. He rewrote our history in order to make us all think on a two-dimensional level. When in reality, we should all be walking with a natural seven-dimensional tap-in or a seven-dimensional access. That's what the moral of your story is going to be. Because I am the moral center of history. That's why I know this. I did the research. I found out what they lied to us about, because they put all this stuff out here to give us the answers they need to let us know how they lied to us. Just a game, man. It's all a game. It ain't no reason behind it. There's nothing. There's no purpose. There's no end game. There's no goal. It's just going to ensure we stay enslaved, man. That is it. And be stupid enough to accept it for eon. That's all this is, and that's all it's ever going to be. Bring awareness, right? That's all I'm doing here. Just bringing some awareness. But yeah, they programmed us or rewrote our history so we would teach our children to think two-dimensionally instead of seven like they were meant to be. How do you think on a seven-dimensional scale? Be a man with a woman, normal. Remember, the seven dimensions are just the gates and where the characteristic spirits, we are all capable of eliciting from our bodies into our realities. We are all capable of wrath, greed, gluttony, lust, pride, envy, or a balance. We are all capable of those in life. Life 8, not 7 or 9. I just put 9 fingers up, but at any rate, we are all capable of all 8 characteristical spiritual traits. We are capable of them all. The enemy is using her or its or their or them's evil, pointless stupidity, unreasonable ideologies to draw out of us those characteristical traits in very evil ways. The enemy takes everything that our Father which art in heaven made for good and turns it for evil. I'm just gonna say some stuff, man. I just spent the last 34 minutes and some seconds saying some stuff. If you made it this far, man, appreciate you. You're amazing. Learn some stuff and spread it. Here's the ultimate reality too, and I'm going to close this video out. From what I've studied, here's some really, really good news to close this video out. From what I've studied, in about 6 years, there will be global peace. Why? Because I'm going to keep talking so much smack about it until it becomes a reality in 6 years. Oh, y'all not getting away from this unless you put me down. Because here's another thing too. It don't matter how rich you get. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter if you're a top class, a middle class, or a poverty-stricken class, which you shouldn't be at all. You're not safe. You're not free. You are still at war. Look at how they did Andrew Tate. Oh man, Andrew Tate got all this money and all them jets and all these magazines and all these fancy looking women. But then you get online and you say some stuff out loud. And they put you in prison for it. You're not free. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what you do in your life, dog. You ain't free. But you will be. Because I'm going to be. I'm going to just keep on talking some smack about it. And some crap. And some junk. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. See the darn gone soul, man. I'm going to drop this parable off and then I'm going to definitely close this video out. Why did the crying dog sit on the nail forever, for a long time? Remember, do you recognize the dog on the nail parable? I'm just going to talk about that just to throw it in there real quick. Throw this in here. The dog crying on the nail parable. The dog crying on the nail parable. Why is the dog on the nail? Why is he crying? Well, one day this dog just randomly walked on the porch and sat on the nail. But then he didn't realize he sat on the nail because it didn't hurt as it was entering his body. Problem and solution simultaneously. The enemy enters with something good in order to make the pain come later. The enemy enters with something good that appears good because it's so cute and like chocolate cake and dark-skinned women or fully melanated women. No, I'm not saying nothing about them. Just an example because they're such a great example to use due to how everything is shifting the mindsets of everyone. But at any rate, save our sisters, save our women, clear the darkness out of their head. Genesis 1:2, Genesis 1:2, clear the darkness out of our sisters' head. Just like Genesis 1:2, when our Father nucleated the sun, what did it do? Scatter the darkness out of his still waters. The 6 oceans separated without form, as the darkness was upon the face of the deep. But at any rate, the dog crying on the nail parable. Why was he on the nail? Well, first, when he got on the porch and he sat on the nail, it didn't hurt as it was sinking in. But then once he finished sitting down and relaxing, it started hurting. He was howling and howling and howling and howling all day. But why didn't the dog get off of the nail? Because it wasn't painful enough. But see, here's the thing, though. The enemy is evil. And it wants to settle in with evil. And it wants to curse you and say that you're blasphemous if you don't accept their evil. What is this reality that we have here? But at any rate, yeah. So they make it just painful enough, like today's world is, to where you don't want to get off the nail. But if you're aware that the nail is causing you pain and you want to stop it from doing so, you'll get off of it maybe. Maybe. Here's the hope, I guess, because me personally, my nail is on fire and I want off of it right now. But at any rate, to every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet, to you I pray freedom, peace, love, unity, and advancement. May you be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. May this video be awareness to you all. May it bring some guidance. May it bring some strength. May it bring some insight as to what we are dealing with and what we may be able to do to stop it if we get a right kind of grasp on the idea of what we're dealing with, or a kind of grasp on the, let me say this right quick. How can you know what the problem is if you do not have a face on the problem? In order to be able to take your problem out, you need to be able to put a face on the problem so you can take the problem out. You need to have a target to shoot at. My random wording will be that target. My random sequence of wording that I'm just saying stuff out loud with. I did not mean to make the video 40 minutes long. I don't necessarily have the powers or tools to edit or anything like that right now, but when I get it, I'm gonna come even harder. You bet I'm gonna do it. Why? Because your liberation is my liberation. I will not stop until you are all free. Period. I will not stop until I grab you by your hands and pull you off of this nail. Because as I'm pulling you off of your nail, I'm getting pulled off of mine. Mikasa su casa, eh? And all that good stuff there. Be lifted in the spirit and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.